Ah, there he is. He's actually lying down here. He's in bed right here.
The first Wallace and Gromit was done over 30 years ago, and technological advancements have come a long way. So I would love to know, how fun has it been having these two characters who were created through sort of analog stop motion animation come into this era of like robot food delivery and air tags with, Wallace being an inventor and all.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. Well, I mean, like you say, analog. I mean, the first film, A Grand Day Out, was my college project back at the National Film and TV School in London back in the 80s. And very low tech, so very low budget.
Yeah.
And so
And
yeah,
then
things have changed.
just the other day, I took a ride in a driverless car in San Francisco. How mad is that?
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing is that Wallace and Gromit come from a time kind of gone by.
Yeah.
So their version of technology is not at the same place as ours is in our present day. But yeah, it's a very fun version of technology that they have.
Oh,
Yeah, it's very much a metaphor of our kind of love affair with tech that we have today. With the way it's a problem in Wallace and Gromit's world, coming in between them, harming their relationship. So it is a metaphor for today, really, just to keep check on, how much is it getting how much is it helping us with our humanity, or how much, which is obviously is, but how much is it also not necessary and even getting in the way, maybe?
I would love to know with the gnomes, because those were pretty scary for me. How many versions of this gnome, did you guys go through before you found the actual like two that you end up using in the film?
It was fairly there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Although needed refining
Yeah.
and different touches.
The story kind of told us what we needed, and there were some early sketches, and he didn't really. It was pretty set from quite early on, and there were small refinements to him.
There's always a stage between what works in a drawing, in a sketchbook, and then you make it into a 3D model, and that needed more attention then to just refine things and get the.
But you're right about the balance between he needed to be charming on occasion, but also quite sinister, and all the time to be slightly unnerving, and that finding that balance was the tricky bit.
Yeah.
I would love to give those little gnomes out for Christmas. You guys, if that hasn't been merch yet, I would love to do that. That would be amazing. Feathers McGraw is such a good villain, and yet he's one that doesn't say much. How are you able to, obviously, we see as it progresses, but what makes him such a good villain in this film?
Yeah. I think
it's his stillness, isn't it?
Yes, and the mystery.
Yeah.
That gives him that screen presence that he doesn't emote. That's part of the secret of it. And we debate for ages just how whether should he blink once or twice, because it's the blinking is one of the only things that tells you he's processing and thinking something. That and the fact that it may bringing in the right piece of music at the right time, or the the lighting, a little camera move, that kind of thing. So it's the audience that kind of fill it in and give him thoughts in a way.
And because he moves so little, when he does move, it needs to be just the right amount at just the right time. So it really is an exercise in less is more for Feathers. Ah, there he is. He's actually lying down here. He's in bed right here.
Nick, I would love to know, having essentially grown up with these characters, how have you found yourself, after decades, how have you found yourself growing as an artist, and evolving along with Wallace and Gromit?
I mean, I think of them as family, really. They're so much a part of, life here, aren't they, for us? Also, just in my head, they're always like thinking of them. But I think of them all the time. And any idea I have. I think, would it work with Wallace and Gromit? Would it, you know, probably first of all, and it's like they you know, they've evolved over the years and learnt an awful lot about storytelling. And you know, you can see from A Grand Day Out, which is quite whimsical, to Wrong Trousers, which is much more plot. You know, Bob Baker, I think, taught me more than anyone about plot, really, as a writer, and then Mark Burton, of course, now, that we've worked with a lot. Having a story head and a discipline, that's so important. Structure, and story is everything, really.